But most importantly, you can't do any of these things. Even though you've spent this much money, you haven't invested anything. You haven't traveled anywhere. You have not invested in self-improvement to become better. You have not purchased any courses to become better. You have not been able to go to any conferences because conferences have gotten more expensive. You're not really going to a conference for $100. Then you have education. What type of education or schooling can you get with $100 a month? Then you're not able to do any fun activities, so you're not really enjoying life. So life is starting to feel meaningless, and that's where depression will start to set in. You do not have enough money for family or children. So this income and expenses is based on a single individual person living in the city. This does not even equate to someone who has children. So if you decide that you want to start a family or have children, how are you going to take care of your children with $104? Daycare is like $300 some dollars. I'm not sure, I don't have kids, but it's like $300 a week, if not more. You can't afford daycare. You can afford any school activities. Like your children can't go on field trips. They can't do anything. You didn't even buy them clothes yet to go to school. So now they're in school in rags. Like you can't do anything with this. And then most importantly, you cannot afford an attorney. You might need an attorney for different reasons throughout life. You're going to need one, especially if you're Black or African American. You're going to need an attorney. You might need a criminal attorney. You might need a real estate attorney. You may need a work attorney, employment attorney. There's so many things that you might need an attorney for. You might need it for someone that's coming at you, or you might need it for someone you need to go after. But you're going to need an attorney at least once in life. You're not going to be able to do that with $104 a month, $3 a day. So now we look at the serious. So now I want you to go into step 4. You're going to cry. You're going to cry because you get up every day to break your back and do for others, and so much that you sacrifice just to have $3 a day. So now that you have $3 a day, I want you to think about what you spend daily. If you spend more than $4 a day, you're poor. You're broke. You have nothing. You're already poor. But this is the word for where you are. Poor. So we have to step into reality and realize where we are. We can't change it if we don't look at the numbers. And mind you, let's be realistic. There's a lot of stuff on here that you spend money on that's not on this list. So you make that $104 a month and you're spending, maybe some guys are out here tricking. You're tricking off money. You're only $104. That's why they're giving you $40 and $60, because they only got $104 left a month. Then you got the women. You're going out and you're drinking and hooking and doing all this extra stuff. $104. Before you know it, you've placed yourself in the negative. So now you're in the negative, probably, let's be real, $300 a month. So now you're in a position where you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's why the bills are coming in late. Stuff is getting cut off. You don't have certain resources because you're spending more than $104 a month. That's all you make. That's all you have. If you don't want to be homeless. So this is the reality check. So now if you know where you are, you're going to then do something about it. Okay? So what are you going to do? You're going to start figuring out, one, to how to make more money. And I know there's a lot of people who don't even make $26 an hour. There's a lot of people who don't make $50,000 an hour. And this is why financial literacy is so important, because you get to actually see the actual numbers and information. So the first thing you want to do is eliminate what you can. You want to get rid of, if you can, try to get things lower, or you can just eliminate them altogether. Maybe you can eliminate parking, eliminate entertainment. Maybe you could find somebody to do your hair for cheaper. Maybe you could find somebody who can give you a haircut for cheaper. Maybe you guys can barter and figure out, maybe, if you do my hair, I'll fix something in your house. You're going to have to find a way to figure out how to adjust these numbers. Then once you do, you're going to want to take that leftover money and you're going to want to invest it in self-improvement, courses, and education, okay? Because you're gonna need, this is the basics, okay? This is my course basics. You're gonna need a higher level of education to be able to have a skill to make more money, but you're also gonna need self-improvement, because if you're stuck in this cycle, you most likely are a person that people tend to tolerate, tend to just be around. Because how are you around people that have not helped you figure out how to make more money or live a better life? They might not like you. People who make money put other people who make money on who they like. Not to say you got to be likable and all that, but what I'm saying is you're going to need to network. So unless you self-improve, the main thing I would focus on in self-improvement would be manners and education. You're going to need those two things. Those are going to help you navigate in life better through networking, as well as in the career field or jobs, depending on what you want to do. But the main thing is you're going to have to make more money. You don't make enough for your lifestyle. The next step will be going over how much does your lifestyle cost, the real amount, because this is just the living. This is your living cost. This is not your lifestyle cost. Those are two different things. I'll make a whole nother video about that so you can see the difference. But I hope this answers your question. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, put it down in the comments and let me know, and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. All right, thank you. Happy healing.